I mean, I got Vikkstar, Preston, and Wolfels before.
Yo, what's going on, guys? This is SoulStriker. Welcome back to another topic video done on Minecraft resource chat on Discord. And if you guys want to come join that Discord, the link will be down in the description. Vice, as the owner, has been doing these talks every weekend, and I've been recording them and uploading them for you guys if you missed them or want to hear what he has to say. And this week is on slots or YouTubers and how to get YouTubers if you don't know how to do that already. If you guys don't know what slots are, I will put a picture on screen now. Basically, it's just the number of slots on different voting sites that you can buy, in case you guys didn't know what it was or was confused about it. So hope you guys do enjoy this video. Leave a like down below, it would help me out a lot. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
The question that everyone mostly voted for was, what's better, slots or YouTubers? We're gonna go over three main server game modes: factions, prison, and skyblock. I don't want to go into other game modes like HCF and UHC. We'll start off with slots, right? So we have the different listing sites like TopG, MCSL, .org, and MP. Each slot is good at a certain time of year, and each slot is good for a certain type of server. Minecraft-MP is really good for prison servers, if you didn't know that. I'm pretty sure there's like 1 or 2 people in here that have rented or used MP in the past too, and they can vouch. MP server or MP slots are really good for your prison server. It just boosts it really well. You know, prison makes a lot of money. But besides that, that's what MP is really good for. I mean, you can have other game modes, obviously. Like, it's a slot at the end of the day. It's for a month. You're going to get a lot of things. Top G, it's for 15 days. It's $300, I think. It's not really useful. I know a lot of people that have gotten it. I personally never used it just because I think it's a waste of money. They say it's something that peaks your player base just a little more than what it already does if you're in that mid player base range. So if you have like 30 players, you might go up to like 35 or 40. So that's what Top G is good for. If you have like a really low budget and you just want a couple more players, go ahead, get Top G. You're not going to get too much out of it. I suggest never going with Top G, honestly. Like, just take that $300 and go with a bunch of YouTubers, smaller ones. MCSL, it's for a month. You're not allowed to rent it out. You can resell it, but you're not allowed to rent it out. It's for a month. Usually you can split it with people. MCSL, I found that 1 through 3 are the best. 4 through like 7 are alright. They're not. I think like 3 years ago I used MCSL for slot 10, and that costed like $4 grand at the time, and it still got me like 100 players. Go with like MCSL. Try to get the top 4 slots. Usually number 3 can always guarantee at least 150 players. If you're trying to make money as quickly back as you can, go for a .org or an MP, because .org allows you to resell hours, days, like however you want it. You can make, you know, one of those Google Excel sheets, put up all these listing times, and you can sell it out. So if you have, say you're about to put a bunch of money, like say you're about to put every single dime you have into a slot, go for a .org or an MP. Just realize that MP is a lot more than a .org usually. I mean, it averages 5 to 4.5 to 7k depending on the time of year. If you're going with .org, it can range from 2.2k up to like 5k. .org is going down the prices, so you can go with that. They all let you resell. You can just post on MC Market in this chat, wherever. You can have people sell or buy it out. People will pay like up to $50 an hour for that, so that's a really easy way to make your money back. So that's what I recommend for slots wise. The time of year matters, so obviously, you know, common sense, summertime is a really great time. Slot times or slot prices, you know, double, or prices just vary. So I know .org slots used to average like 5k like a year ago, and then during summertime they would go up to like 7k, and that's what you can do. So if you're looking for the most bang for the buck and you're trying to get the most players, wait till summertime, wait till the holidays. So understand that if you're gonna get a slot during spring break, which is, it varies for, you know, different nations and stuff, but usually throughout like the United States at least, it's the same time, like in a 2-week radius. Know that when you order it, try to be effective with when you order. So if you're gonna go for a slot, try to go for when there's a 4-day weekend coming up for a lot of people. Go for when there's a break coming up, summer break, spring break, winter break, you know, Thanksgiving break for Americans. Things like that help out the effectiveness of your slot. You'll get a lot more joins, and you'll go through these things where you realize not a lot of people know that these breaks are coming up, and you can buy that slot for the same price as a regular, you know, time zone, but you'll still get that extra player peak from the breaks that all these kids are going on. What's the max you'd spend on a slot? Okay, that's a good question actually. So Luke Mango said, what's the max you'd spend on a slot? So for .org, depending on the time of year, you know, that really matters. Summertime, you can spend up to like 4 or 5K on it. Honestly, because you can resell this, you have to think of that too. Spend up to 4 or 5K during the summertime for a .org slot. You'll make your money back, you get a lot more players, and you can resell it. Not during summertime. Honestly, I don't see the .org slots worth more than 3,500 to 4,000. If we're going to max budget for the slot, you have to think there's 10 different slots, so you want to put a little budget on each one. So I guess right now MCSL is going a lot more down price range wise. So for the last 5 slots, I put a cap at like 2.5K. Like MCSL is just not how it used to be. Like for the last 5, for the top 3, I mean, you'll get some that are like 6K. Just this recent cycle, the first slot went for 6K, the second slot went for like 5 point something K, and the third slot went for 3.6K. And usually those are really good. Like MCSL is going downhill right now, so I don't recommend it too much. But those are what I would put it at for MCSL. MP, I'd say up to like 6K, 6.5 to 7K for summertime. Regular time, like 5.5K. Don't spend more than that. Slots is not talking about vote bots, no. So we're talking about the featured section on sites, like the top 5, top 10, wherever it is. Okay, so the clickbait titles on the slots, like $1,500 USD F-top, $500 USD. There's certain people that'll say like $1,500 F-top, but they'll pay out the first guy like $500 USD through PayPal, and the rest will all do Bycraft vouchers, or some will do all Bycraft vouchers. Some people just won't pay it. I know there's a huge faction server that does that. They just don't pay it. Some people give it to their staff. So I mean, if you want to clickbait, like it's gonna increase your player count in a sense, but just make sure you do something about it. Like when people start asking and people are like, "Yo, how come I'm not getting paid?" All right, we're gonna move on to YouTubers. So we're gonna go over big, medium, and large YouTubers. Is it better to contact their manager? Okay, we'll take questions at the end. So going back to the main game modes, factions, prison, skyblock. Most YouTubers, I think we all know, are either minigames or faction YouTubers. That's just how it is these days. Faction YouTubers are bigger sellouts, and the minigames one, they just want more, like a bigger view base in a sense. A lot of people, what they think is smaller YouTubers, a bunch of smaller YouTubers are better than one big YouTuber. Necessarily always true. Like if we're talking trailers, you know, I don't deal too much about trailers. I'm gonna, you know, use Jay Bigsy in here as an example. He does something with trailers where he has like smaller guys upload trailers. A lot of people do this. They do it for like HCF too. They have a bunch of little YouTubers upload for HCF. Like a trailer, and they'll say like, oh, this F-top prize, and like this is what they had, like all these FPS fixes and crap, and they'll get so many players just because one, the HCF community has grown so big and it's so overpopulated in the sense of like all these trailer uploads. But at the same time, it's like, damn, dude, after that month, the HCF is dead, like for that server. So when it comes to, it depends on the game mode too. So if you want smaller YouTubers, the HCF is cool. Go ahead, use the smaller YouTubers. If you're doing Skyblock, man, don't use a bunch of smaller YouTubers to upload some trailer. Like that's stupid. If you have a faction server, go ahead, you know, use the smaller YouTubers. If you have a small budget, what I do is I'd look for a bunch of small YouTubers that are willing to record a series. Not small to the point of like 250 subs. I'm talking small like 5 to 50K. Now that's what I consider small. So use those guys, try to get a series from them, because believe it or not, their fan base is a lot more loyal than the like medium range guys. You can have their players come on, you'll make your money back easily. So don't worry about that. It also depends on the game mode too. So make sure the YouTuber you're hiring corresponds with the game mode you're doing. So if you're hiring this guy who has all these PvP videos for your Skyblock server, like let's think about how it's gonna affect your server. Like sure, you'll get some joins, but realistically speaking, how many do you think are gonna stay? How many are gonna donate? And how many are actually gonna join in the first place is the real question. So keep that in mind when you hire YouTubers. If it's a bigger YouTuber, let's take Preston for instance. Preston has such a big fan base, like it does not matter what type of game mode you do factions, do GTA, do whatever the hell you want. Like you're just gonna get so many goddamn players, don't even worry about it. But if you're trying to get that best bang for your buck, look at all his videos, see like which videos do the best, see what type of game modes he mainly does, and try to go for that audience. So if you have a faction server and you see Preston doesn't do faction videos, maybe there's a secret, even though he does do faction videos, maybe there's a secret fan base there that wants his faction server, or like wants a faction server to come out, or maybe he just doesn't do faction videos because his fan base isn't there. His view count doesn't get there like when he does a faction server. So keep that always in mind when you hire YouTubers. English, yeah, I'm gonna go over that right now too actually. I mean, everyone wants an English server. They make the most money, they get the most credibility. Don't go for these Spanish YouTubers and these like Romanian YouTubers. Like, you're gonna have to download all these language, you know, translators. You're gonna not make that much money. Like, realistically speaking, if you have a 250 player base prison, or yeah, let's say prison Spanish server, it'll make probably the same amount as like your 20 player base English server. Just those foreign type servers do not make a lot of money, but they'll get a lot of players. It's like crack basically. Honestly, that's like, it pretty much sums it up. If you have a small budget, YouTubers are better besides slots. So if you have a small budget, don't rent from slots. Go with YouTubers, try to find those little guys that are willing to do a series. If you have a medium budget, try to do slots first and then YouTubers, or you can go YouTubers, you know, just use all your money, best bang for your buck, get the YouTuber that's willing to do that series, or multiple YouTubers that's willing to do the series. When I say medium budget, I just mean like 1,000 plus, 1,000 like 3,000. If you have a large budget, go for that #1 slot on whatever you can, or get that huge YouTuber, like 2 or 3 of them, and get them to do like 3 videos. You'll get, I mean, easily 500 plus players, no matter what game mode it is. And let's take some questions now for YouTubers. Okay, so let's say you get a YouTube with about 10 to 50k subs. They average 3 to 20k views. Can be more, can be less, but that's an example. How much should you pay? I know people that pay $10 per 1k view. And then what do you think? Okay, that's what I used to think too. I used to think, hey, I'm not gonna pay this guy more than 10 bucks per 1k view. But that's been so different the past couple years, because back then YouTubers didn't help as much as they do now. So you're, realistically speaking, you're gonna pay 20 to 25 plus per 1k view, depending on the YouTuber. Like, there's some people that will do the $10 per 1k view, but most of them won't do that. The one and only, I'm about to ban you. Do it again.
And his name is John C.
Okay, so how do you find these YouTubers? Let's go on that. I used to have so much trouble finding YouTubers. I know a lot of people have trouble getting in contact with YouTubers, getting in contact with their managers. All you have to do is go to their channel, click that email button, believe it or not, put a nice clickbait title. A nice clickbait title. That's how it works. And that's how I get all their Skypes, that's how I get all their like Discords and manager contacts, like phone numbers. That's just how I do it. I just clickbait the hell out of it, and then we make deals after that. Okay, I'm gonna say Gizzy Gaza. He's like 2-point-something million subs. I was talking to him the other day. All you have to do is hit him up. I put in the title Minecraft advertising, put that in the beginning, and then right after it put your budget. Usually if you have a small budget, don't put it, man. If you have like 200 bucks, just don't even talk to them. Don't email them. Just put your dreams aside. But if you have a bigger budget that you know these guys will take, put it there. The best ginger has 60k subs. You want to email him, you have no way of contacting him. What you do is you email him, you look for his like, business email that's on his like about page. Go to the like title, whatever the like about for your email. First thing you write is just Minecraft advertising, then put brackets and put your budget. So usually for a YouTuber like that, you want to put something that's reasonable to them. So like if you tell them like $1,000 budget, like they'll be like interested. Because they're not a huge YouTuber where like $1,000 is nothing to them. Put $1,000 or put like, hey, $500, or just put a price in there that interests them. You don't have to spend that amount usually too. So you can cut a deal with them after you're like, hey, we'll do a proof of concept video, one video for like, I don't know, 200 bucks, like, can we go from there? And they'll respond and they'll be like, yeah, sure, and you just go from there. So Clyde, you're saying you contacted the YouTuber, you put 2k in the budget or the title, and they never responded. Some of them are busy. You just email them once. If they don't respond within 48 hours, email them again. Because if they don't respond in 2 days, they're not going to respond after that. That's how it is for me. You have 6k for Minigames Network. Should I contact big YouTubers or a few small ones? With 6k, I'd honestly mix it up. So get one big YouTuber and the rest get smaller ones, like in that 50k range. Hey Vice, you should create a Google Doc of what you say to YouTubers. YouTubers, sometimes what it is a YouTuber will have roughly 300k 500k subs, but they're getting the same amount of views as like a 50k subscriber YouTuber, and just with their subscriber count they'll think they're worth twice the amount. So what you gotta do is you gotta talk to them, you gotta give them examples of other YouTubers that are getting the same amount of views, and you also gotta tell them like, hey, he's charging this, I want you to charge me this. So realistically speaking, if it's a big YouTuber, just make sure the view count's big. Like views wise, a big YouTuber to me is 50k plus views. Okay, so what about what BattleMate did? They gave a reward for those who just uploaded their trailer. They had more than 200 YouTubers upload the trailer, and now they have a decent player base around 30, 50. Yeah, you can do that, but that's a longer method. I'm pretty sure everyone does that at the end of the day. Like, you offer someone like a key in game if they upload your trailer, or you offer them like a YouTube rank. But you can do that. That's a smart advertising technique. Are live streams worth it? Yeah, actually, try to get them to do it longer. Don't do like a 1 hour one. Try to do a 3 hour one. Have them follow up with it with videos. Have them tweet right before. Live streams are very worth it. Like, you can get with a medium-sized YouTuber like 150, 250 players on right there while he's live streaming. Because a lot of people watch live streams, surprisingly. Guys, how much do you think a 1 mil sub will charge per video? Sample, they got 500k views. Man, you're looking at it 1,000 plus per video. You'll be lucky to get $1,000. Actually, he'll probably charge you like 3,000 for a video. How much would you pay Ginger per vid? I think it came out to, I think I talked to him before. It was like 200, 250 video. Do YouTube owners help? So yeah, that's a good subject actually. So if you don't have too much money and you're like, man, I have this really great server, I can convince this YouTuber like come in as a media owner. Talk to them about media ownership. Be like, hey, I can give you this percentage of the server if you just upload regularly. Try to get them to upload at least twice a week for like however long. Give them a percentage of the server. Most YouTubers, if they're bringing the most advertising to your server, want at least 30+%. But some of them, if they're not the only YouTuber, you can give them like 12%, 15%, that sort. So media ownership is a very good thing, but it's also, don't be stupid about it. Don't get like a 4K YouTuber to be your media owner. Get a bigger guy. How do you contact YouTubers without business email or Twitter DMs? I contact them with a personal email. Just do it with a personal email, and then put it like it's a business email though. So be like dear whatever, put your main format, and then at the end be like thanks or sincerely. Okay, what YouTubers have I used? I mean, I got Vikkstar, Preston, and Wolffuls before. I think they costed like 4.7k, 3 videos. Realistically, they didn't get me a lot of players. It was like a few hundred. I wanted a lot more, so you have to check with the YouTubers. No, I know, I'm just saying, because back then they weren't as big. Like right now, I think someone just hired them one video, he got like 600 players. I mean, I got 3 the pack, and I got that basically, so it's kind of stupid. Alright, you guys got any more questions? I think this talk's pretty much done. Like, I went over a lot of stuff with slots, YouTubers, your budgets, that sort.
When I stumble in the darkness of broken words, and I can't see the end, every step is getting harder through all the hurt, and hope has left. You're the only part of me that is holding on through the emptiness of lies. You're the truth in my heart, 'cause I know